And we're here with a story from the celebration of the Feast of the Epiphany, which is a huge word to mean the celebration of when the Magi arrived to see Jesus and Mary in Bethlehem. Hey, Pastor Alice, when you said Magi, don't you mean the three kings or the three wise men? Well, no, I don't. They probably weren't kings. Actually, the scripture says they weren't kings. And were they wise? Well, maybe they could be wise. They're definitely pretty smart to figure out what they did. Were they men? Dunno. So the word Magi is what's in the Gospel of Matthew, and it just means magicians, sorcerers. It's plural, it has no gender. They're people who did magic somehow far away, which is really cool because, well, actually, I'll tell you why that's cool later. Here's the story. The names of the Magi were Casper, Melchior, and Balthazar, and Cumberbatch, Mehitabel, and Bertha, and Clarence, Monique, and Benjamin, and Cuddles, Michelangelo, and Barak. Were there actually that many Magi? Well, we don't really know. The word Magi is just plural, which means there could have just been 2, or there could have been 50, or 500. Magi used their magic arts and saw a special star in the sky that moved, if you can believe it. Ooh, ah. And it moved to a place called Israel where there was a man named Herod who was king. When they told Herod how far they had walked to see this baby king who was going to be born, Herod was shocked, appalled.
Ah, a king? Where? A baby. Interesting.
Absolutely. Supposed to be somewhere called Bethlehem?
Yes, good. Yes, go find this baby and just let me know when you find him, so I can pay my respects.
So they followed the star again. Ooh, ah. After even more walking, they came to a house in Bethlehem where the baby Jesus was. Honestly, he was probably more of a toddler. With his mother Mary, and they had a dance party! Well, anyway, they were very excited. And they gave them 3 presents: gold, frankincense, and myrrh, which is why we think that there might have been 3 of them. But, maybe they all went in on it together, because those things are expensive. But that night at the Bethlehem Holiday Inn, they all had a dream. In the dream, the angel warned them that Herod was evil. He was rotten to the core, that he would kill them, that he would kill the baby, and they needed to not have anything to do with him again. So they left by another road. And that's how it happened. So I said there at the beginning that there was something interesting here, right? It's that they were Magi and that they came from far away. And that's those are connected to each other. Why that's interesting is they're kind of mysterious. They're like the mysterious foreigner. They know things that we don't know. They're part of a whole other culture that is mysterious to us, whoever us is. They have these magical arts. They came from very far away. Somehow, the experience of God got to them. Somehow they saw something happening from the outside, something huge, something important and life-changing. They saw this even that far away. And this is a theme that shows up in Scripture several times. There's a great story that I just wrote about King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. She also comes from far away, and she sees somehow God acting in Solomon's kingdom. She sees how wise he is. She sees how rich he is. She's like, there's something going on here. She literally says, I see God here in that story. And it's not just that she sees God acting, she also sees the people there living differently. This is what's going on with the Magi. They come from super far away. They're these exotic, fancy, smart, wizard people. And they see something happening in Israel. God is doing something. And they're like, what's that? I want to be part of it, right? Now, there's a lesser theme, which doesn't get talked about a whole lot, I don't think, in Epiphany, but I think maybe is important to us right now, which is walking. How many of y'all take a lot more family walks now than you used to? Connors are at least once a day, if not twice. Mary and Joseph had that long walk to Bethlehem while she was enormously pregnant, riding on a donkey. Abraham and Sarah, of course, we know their story of being called out of Ur and going into Canaan and then into Egypt and then back into Canaan. My gosh, all they did was walk, seems like. The point is, walking, the journey, the traveling, getting from one place to another with our own feet, right? These folks came, as we just talked about, from so far away. So far away. Now, maybe they had camels. I hope so, because they carried a lot of stuff with them. But still, that's a hard journey. It's a long walk. So have you ever been on like a long family hike or something like that maybe children, your parents made you go on, and at first you were like, yeah, this is fun, and then like it got longer and you were like, I need this to be done now. I'm so tired. My feet hurt and I'm sleepy and I just want to sit down. Can you tell by the emotions I'm exhibiting that I have been on those hikes? Yeah, we've all been on walks like that. Have you ever run out of gas on the side of the road? Hopefully not. I have had to walk a ways to get to a gas station. It's a pain. But there are other things that might feel like a long walk. Getting through COVID feels like a long walk, right? Or our path towards social justice as a country feels like a long walk. Some people say 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's like you're not getting very far. Maybe this school year, if you're in, kindergarten or 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, something like that, it feels like, gosh, can we just get done with this particular way we're doing school? Or maybe you're a little bit older and you're thinking like, how will I ever be an adult? Like, how do I get a job? How do you drive a car? Feels like a long walk to get somewhere. The key is that there's somewhere that you're trying to go. Somewhere, sometime that is good. You're trying to go somewhere. The Magi were driven. They were excited. They'd seen this star and they were like, what is this? Let's figure this out. This is cool, right? They had a reason to take their really long walk. They were excited. They may be exhausted as well to get there. But then they saw Jesus and they worshiped him. So I want to know, what is it that you're walking towards? Now, you can answer that as literally as you want. Kids, your parents make you walk towards the UDF. I don't know. They make you walk towards a neighbor's house so you can go say hello and drop off some cookies. That's cool too. But maybe you feel like you're walking somewhere else, right? Talk about that. What is the journey that you as a family are on? And what do you think it looks like to arrive? Right? Like you might arrive at your grandparents' house. What does your family feel like you might be hoping to arrive at sometime soon?